Spike Lee, bro. Man, your fuck, bro. Keep that shit in New York. You already on our bad side. You steady want to talk shit, boy. Let us be savage, boy. That's the life we live, nigga. You always got something to say because you dropped that weak ass movie. Fuck you and Nick Cannon. Watch your fucking. Hey, fuck what y'all talk about. That nigga better do the right thing and make another movie. Fuck you talking about. Got that lame ass movie. So you take the pussy away, more people gonna get killed. That shit's stupid. And you got Nick. Come on, man. Spike Lee, make another movie, bro. Real shit, bro.
It's your boy, the Akademiks, and check it out. Now, it's times like this that I negotiate, and that's me, okay? I'm called in because I got to break down the situation. Not only break down the situation, but I got to decipher the fuckery, the coonery that's going on. And especially when it comes to Chiraq, somebody got to negotiate what the savages are doing. But in this case, I'll be doing something different because right now what's going on is that a lot of people who quote-unquote call themselves savages, they are basically upset at a movie that Spike Lee is doing. Now, here's the thing, because you just heard 600 Breezy, right? They can't really formulate an articulate response that it could sound anything near decent. Now, of course, big shout out to 600 Breezy. I like him as a musician, but of course, you listen what he say, you're like, bro, come again? What? Shraggy? Now, before we go any further, there is a link in the description. You got to go watch Spike Lee actually talk about the movie Chiraq. Listen to him talk about it. He also sends a message to all the rappers who are mad. He basically says to the rappers, he says, listen, you guys are mad about me casting Nick Cannon, because if you don't know why people are mad, some people are saying, hey, there's a couple of things about this movie that's fucked up, okay? How are you going to have the people in the movie or the plot where people are fighting over colors? We're not fighting over colors over here. So that's not accurate. Now, and this is what I'm going to get into, because I'm going to speak to Spike Lee, because somebody got to articulate their point, even if I agree or not. But the point is that, listen, if you're going to name the movie Chiraq, okay, at least have it very close to what's going on. Don't make up your own plot. Don't come with your own cast of characters and basically use the name for promotion when in reality the plot is like, yo, you could have went to Philly with that. You could have went to Atlanta with that. You could have went to the Bay with that. Why'd you have to come to Chiraq? So that's pretty much the overall point, right? Now, here's the thing, because a lot of rappers, including Lil Durk, Lil Bibby, Lil Reese, Fredo Santana, a lot of people had issues with Nick Cannon being the quote-unquote lead actor. Now, I mean, of course, they didn't say that. They said Nick Cannon is not a savage. Now, that's the point that Spike Lee focused on, but we have to realize what's going on. Again, if you're making a movie called Chiraq and the lead goon in there or whatever the guy is, you know if it's in Chiraq culture, that person is a savage. So when people are kind of pinpointing or they're critiquing Nick Cannon about him not being a savage, they're trying to relate the movie to their current culture, okay? And they're saying you're basically making a non-believable plot. I'm hoping you can understand it. If you guys watch Empire, when they brought out my man Chi-Raq, and by the way, this is acting, we do know, but when they brought out Chi-Raq into the prison yard and he was this big bad goon going against Lucius Lyon, you could kind of look at him and be like, this is not real, okay? It doesn't come across as authentic, okay? And that's part of the problem that everyone has with the movie. They feel certain elements is not authentic, okay? And it kind of lends itself to the overall theory to say, why did you have to do this movie in Chiraq if you're not going to keep it authentic? If you're not going to keep it authentic, put it somewhere else, because what's going on in Chiraq's a little bit too real to not paint an accurate picture. I have zero problem with the movie being made. To be honest, I don't even mind this movie as it is now. But I do understand the gripes of certain people who are critiquing, right? They're critiquing because they're saying that, listen, if you're going to make a movie about what's going on, and I believe Spike Lee did show respect by putting Michael Flazier or whatever, he's in the movie, or Father Flazier, whatever his name is, he's in a movie. But some other key elements where violence has spurred from, and some other key factions where violence has spurred from within Chiraq, they are not mentioned and not accounted for. That's the big fucking problem that everyone has with it. Of course, you're not going to get Lil Reese, 600 Breezy, Lil Durk, and of course, like Fredo Santana to form an articulate response, but that's their big problem. Now, with that being said, Spike Lee's 100% right, because these guys do call themselves savages, and when you hear them saying, Nick Cannon isn't savage enough without the proper articulation of why they would have a problem with it. It sounds very ignorant. What 600 Breezy just said, without me explaining, it sounded very ignorant, okay? And that's what it is. I remember when I first started covering it, to be honest, I deal with everything in satire. The fact that these guys call themselves savage and are proud of it, I use that satirically, okay? You really want to call yourself a savage? And I remember people saying that to me, like, in the beginning, like, that didn't understand the Warren Chiraq series. They're like, yo, why are you calling these black men savages? I'm like, I don't. Or no, not that I don't. They call themselves savages. So what are you saying? So in reality, the problems and the critiques that people have about the movie really spreads far and beyond just, oh, it's just Nick Cannon. People feel like it doesn't represent what's going on. And while, yeah, you have a couple people on the payroll within Chiraq who were involved somewhat in the movie, maybe as extras, and they're like, okay, cool, we got a check, we'll rock with it. A lot of the people who have lost people in Chiraq, they're saying this is not accurate because we lived it. And this doesn't represent nothing on what we're going on. And the movie itself, not bad. But the title could have been called anything else but Chiraq, okay? And I think that's why people are taking issue with it, because once you say Chiraq, and the reason why it's called Chiraq, and of course we have other names for other towns like Philadelphia, Orlando, this and third, but Chiraq is so notorious, okay, because of the insane amounts of killing that happens. When people thought of a Chiraq movie, they thought of more it being true to what's going on, it being closely associated with major events that really shifted or spurred violence, rather than you taking a generic script and kind of loosely formulating it around Chiraq. I hope I properly articulated this for everybody who's listening, who's probably wondering why people have such an issue with it. And as I said, I don't personally have that big of an issue with it, but I could understand why someone who lives there might, okay? And I don't, and I will not give any credit to, oh, he shouldn't make a movie about it. No. Listen, man, you guys make your own movies constantly, right? The only thing is that if Spike Lee's going to do it, at least be a little bit more authentic, because you could definitely move that script and really get into it to really give a proper and more accurate feel of what's going on there. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like. Definitely subscribe. Thank you for your time. It's your boy, Akademiks, the negotiator. I'm out.